07 Ford Ranger, I'm not getting much air through my vents. That's set to the vents up top at low speed. There's 2, 3, that's wide open. It's set to cool now. If I change to heat, no difference at all. This should be blowing up right now. If I change the settings, that's up top and down below, no change. That's just down below, and I can feel a little bit of air moving. So I believe the problem is that somewhere within the duct system, it's clogged up. Most likely where the motor and the squirrel cage assembly are, and in this truck, that's in the engine compartment. So that's the first place I'm going to check. On the passenger side, right up against the firewall, there's the blower motor assembly. And I don't guess I had to take that off. So the motor and the squirrel cage assembly should come out now. Hopefully I can get it past this wiring harness. And yes, I can. I have the wiring harnesses plugged back in, and I want to cut this on just to make sure that this works. And it does, it works fine. So this is not the problem. There's an obstruction somewhere. That silver, that is the AC evaporator coil, I believe. And straight ahead, I wasn't sure what that was until I went in through the glove box. So let's take a look at this from the other side. Coming in from the cab side, behind the glove box, you have this door, which I believe switches you from recirculating air to fresh air. If I raise that door up, we can see the other side of that screen. Through that screen is where the air comes from that goes to the blower. So with that screen being clogged up, very little air is reaching the blower and very little air is coming out of the vents. That needs to be cleaned. Even though the dirt and leaves are trapped on the other side of that screen, the best access is coming through the engine side. So I'm going to take a stiff nylon brush and try to poke those bristles through the screen and see if I can loosen some of that stuff up. I'm looking at it from the inside, from the cab. I really need to get to that screen from this side. And right now, those little plastic bars are getting in the way. Now with those plastic bars out of the way, I can get my hand up in here and clean it a little bit better. And I'm moving up to a wire brush instead of that nylon brush. I'm going to take some Purple Power degreaser in this spray bottle. Going to spray it down and then wipe it off and see how it looks. Alright, let me cut that light on the other side. That is much better, much better. Still a couple of spots right there in the middle. So I will work on getting those cleaned out, and then I'll put it all back together, and hopefully we'll have some air coming through the vents. One more thing to clean, I forgot about this, the squirrel cage. Alright, that's as clean as I can get it. I'm gonna go with that, put it all back together. Cutting out those little bars, that didn't hurt anything. They're not structural at all. So now with the screen cleaned out, let me cut the ignition on, put another piece of test paper up there, shut the glove box, cut the fan on, and hopefully we'll see this move, and yes we do. Let me go down to low speed. There's 2, 3, it's wide open. We go to heat, no change. Switch down to just feet, that stops, and now we're back to vent. So problem is fixed. All it was a dirty screen. And the last thing is that if cleaning your screen does not improve the airflow through your vents, you may have a problem with the mechanism that opens and closes that door. You can see that mine works properly. and that works off of a vacuum that's created in the engine compartment. And the vacuum system that operates that door, at least on my 07 Ranger, it originates in a black plastic ball that is right down there. See those two lines coming off of it? Those vacuum lines lead to the mechanism that open and close the door. If one of those lines comes loose, or if they break, you lose the vacuum. That mechanism doesn't work properly. The door won't open and close, and you may not get air through any vent other than the defrost vent up by the windshield. So if cleaning the screen doesn't get you more air through your vents, you might want to check this system, check those lines, and see if they're broken or if they've come loose from this ball. And now really the last thing, even though this door will open on its own, without the engine running, it would only stay up for so long because it lost the vacuum. So I must have a small leak somewhere in the system. That's why I had to have this propped open while I was cleaning the screen, because eventually the door would come down. That's it. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.